Hunters, welcome. Festival of Accord Flamefete has arrived, and with it, Arc-Tempered Uth Duna. In this video, I'll go over my thoughts about the fight, the mechanics, and some tips and tricks on how to beat this oversized tuna and get your fashion armor. If that doesn't say enough about the rewards, I don't know what will. Let's get into it. Like always, I will be doing the fight from an insect glaive perspective, which doesn't make this fight any easier. To start, quickly my thoughts. Uth Duna is a fun fight, but I do feel it lacks the spark that Arc-Tempered Raidao had. An obvious pun, but the increase in difficulty is one thing. I just would have liked something to make this fight feel a little bit more special. Or maybe that's just me. Arc-Tempered Uth Duna is an event quest that you can start from the quest counter. My first remark here, I really find it a missed opportunity to not make this a challenge quest like we had with Arc-Tempered Raidao. But maybe that's just me. Uth Duna only has one weak point, the mouth. The head is breakable, including the foreleg and the tail. You will be mostly fighting Uth Duna head on. But it also makes you vulnerable to the belly flop. Uth Duna is vulnerable to thunder damage. Who would have thought? And you can also use shock traps and pitfall traps to pin Uth Duna down. The fight starts in Area 17, the Great Lake Shore. Before I get into the fight, tip number 1. Uth Duna has attacks that can catch you right away if you're not prepared. If you're not comfortable yet, I can recommend going with a defensive setup for your first attempt, just to avoid getting one shot. Tip number 2, and this applies more than just the insect glaive uses. If you have room, slot 2 mirror walker jewels if possible. These give you aquatic, oil sealed mobility, and level 2 negates slowdown in water and also effective waves. This is important because it lets you move more freely and avoid those belly flops that can instantly guard you. Tip number 3. Use the environmental rocks. In the first 3 areas where you fight Uth Duna, there's rocks you can use. The first 2 are the starting area, but it's a bit random when she goes in the water and you might get lucky and you can lure her across to increase your chances of triggering the water rock twice. The second set of rocks is down the waterfall. My tip, as soon as she moves down, restart the fight by pulling the rocks first, getting in that damage and that knockdown. The third set is when Uth Duna moves from the second area to the third towards Lagiagris's lair. Halfway the point you can pull some rocks down as well to get some damage and pull her out of the stream as well. So that's at least 3 sets of rocks for massive damage, and if you're lucky, 4, which really helps you getting her down. The fight itself is pretty straightforward. Uth Duna has some extra moves, and mainly the side barrel roll and the longer charges. A lot of cards happen because of the belly flop, and Uth Duna can actually do it twice in a row. If you have a guard, you can perfect guard it. For insect glaive players like me, you need to react fast and move out of the way. Tip number 4. A lot of people don't know you can flash the belly flop. That makes the entire mechanic a breeze. Just be aware that Uth Duna becomes resistant to flashes eventually, so you cannot always do it. But it lets you skip the whole thing 3 times and getting a knockdown with it. More if you have the ability to craft flash pots on the go. Or if you're playing with multiple players, you can do it about 5 or 6 times, really allowing you to maximize your damage while she's on the ground. Tip 5. Another mechanic that catches people off guard is when she jumps in the water and you miss the rocks in the area where she starts. Uth Duna will jump out and create waves which can also guard you. You can dodge them by grabbing the beetles hanging overhead. Just make sure you do it in time. I did it too late and the grapple basically launched me in the first set of waves. Luckily I only got hit once and I survived. A little note for insect glaive players, Uth Duna is awful for extracts. It's like golf, a huge surface to hit but a teeny tiny hole to get a red extract. Getting the red extract is a nightmare because you only get it from the head, which is not really big, meaning you have to be close. A plus side though is that the green extract is really easy to get from the back, which helps you a ton with chip damage through the fight, healing you up constantly. Here is a big problem for many players. Most of her attacks create waves and chip damage, constantly putting you in danger of getting carded by belly flop or side roll. So make sure you're aware of that and keep yourself healed up most of the time. Most of the attacks are clearly telegraphed, so you can dodge them quickly, like the charges and the swipes. But even if you don't get carded, just make sure you jump on your secret and heal up. This kind of fight you want to do either solo or with people you regularly play with. It's easy to get one shot. I failed my first attempt because I joined a random lobby and I forgot, and a random person out of the lobby carded faster than I could blink. If you don't pay attention in this fight, you really get carded really quickly. I think this fight will give casual players a serious challenge. Most veterans will just breeze through it. Nothing else to say about the fight, to be honest. This fight is fun. It's really punishing if you make mistakes, so you really need to pay attention. If you don't, you will get it punished really hard right away. It's a great addition to the game and a great new challenge, and I'll be doing this fight multiple times over. Let's get into the armor, shall we? Equipping the full armor, you get peak performance, tool specialist, earplugs level 3, quick sheath level 3 and agitate level 3. This set is really based around peak performance and tool specialist, which currently in the game are just not really viable offensive options. Maybe in the future, and I heard in World there was a place where peak performance was actually could be quite good, but for Monster Hunter Wilds I just don't see that. So let's go to the individual pieces. The Duna Wild Helm, 2 decorations level 2 slots, which is okay I guess, but the peak performance and earplugs, I don't know why you should put this on ever. It does look nice though. Duna Wild Mill, again peak performance and earplugs, I just don't without any slots. If they put slots in there might be somebody that uses it, but currently I just don't see it in the meta. It just doesn't really add anything defensive wise or offensive wise. Your damage just suffers so much with this set. Duna Wild Braces, yeah, you got tool specialist, but you only have a level 2 decoration slot, and if you go to the Raidao one, it had like 2 level 3 slots, so it's not really anything. The agitator is fine, but it just doesn't really give you that much extra. The Duna Wild Coil, which, well, tool specialist itself doesn't really, it's not that good per se. It does help with your equipment and stuff like that, but there might be a use for it with the 2 level 3 decoration slots, which is actually very good. For me, I don't think for an insect glaive player, I don't really see any use for it. You might have a nice combination with the Raidao and then the Duna Wild Coil, and then still have the guts if you need it. But currently in the meta, especially for insect glaive, I don't really see that happening. So let's talk about the only piece that is actually really good. Not for insect glaive, but for longsword players and greatsword players. Quick sheet level 3, agitator level 1 and a level 3 dual slot and 2 level 1 slots just gives them a lot of options. So I think that this will go in a lot of longsword and greatsword builds, as it really solves the quick seat because it's always a main in that. So what I heard, it is actually quite annoying to fit that in, and now you have a piece that has quick seat and agitator and a level 3 slot, which is just a very powerful piece. This is what you will see probably in towards the meta for those weapons. I quickly also have to go into the 4-set piece bonus, Uth Duna's cover. Increases defense temporarily when using a specialized tool. And level 2 greatly increases defense and resistance temporarily when using a specialized tool. I don't see any use for this with the current pieces and what they give you. If peak performance would do anything, then it might be handy when you're throwing your mantle, and it does just also give you the increased defense and resistances. The only thing where you have the guts tenacity, so it doesn't really matter if you have the Raidao set or the Duna set or a combination of that. So for instance, if you have the boots from Uth Duna set, which are quite good like I said, and you have Raidao pieces like the braces or anything like that, you can still activate guts tenacity, which is actually really good because guts tenacity is basically get out of jail free card, which can really help in the harder fights, especially with Agaiagris and Synergies coming in. There I see actually a use for it, but not really for the Uth Duna's cover. It just currently in game, it just doesn't give you anything you can actually use. That's it. My fight breakdown and tips and tricks for Arc Tempered Uth Duna. But I really want to know what you guys think of this fight. Does it add anything? How do you find the armor? Leave it down in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you liked the video. And as always, stay sharp. Happy hunting.